You know, for more than half a century, there was this invisible line drawn in the vastness of space, a line that marked the absolute farthest any human being had ever been from our home planet. It was a huge record, and it was set under some of the most intense circumstances you can imagine. But, as we all know, records, they're just made to be broken.
Just let that sink in for a second. 248,655 miles. For over 50 years, that was the number. That was humanity's high water mark. And the wildest part, it wasn't even planned. It was a record born from a crisis, etched into the history books by the heroic crew of Apollo 13.
Two simple words that completely rewrite 50 years of space exploration history. That long-standing, seemingly untouchable record, a monument to human ingenuity under pressure, has finally been beaten.
That's right. We have a new farthest point. The Artemis II mission has officially pushed humanity's boundary deeper into the cosmos, setting a brand new record for space travel. But to really appreciate just how big a deal this is, we've got to take a quick look back at the old one. So to really get the significance of what just happened, we have to travel back in time, all the way back to 1970, in the legendary, nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat mission of Apollo 13. So the crucial thing to remember about the Apollo 13 record is that it was a total accident. Well, not an accident, but an emergency. An explosion crippled their spacecraft, and the only way to get the crew home alive was this desperate last-ditch swing around the far side of the moon. It became this incredible icon of resilience, and for more than 50 years, it stood completely unchallenged. And when you see it laid out like this, that 50-year gap really hits home. On one side, you have a mission that became a desperate fight for survival. On the other, a carefully planned, deliberate push farther into space. It really highlights just how long it's been since we've intentionally gone this far out.
So who exactly are these modern-day pioneers? The ones who just broke that legendary record? Well, let's meet the international crew of Artemis II.
On board the Orion capsule, we have a truly history-making team. From NASA, there's Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, who just became the first woman to ever travel this deep into space. And they're joined by Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency, making this a fantastic international effort. Together, these four now hold the record for humanity's farthest journey from home.
All right, so let's get down to it. Just how much farther did they go? What's the new number we all need to remember? 252,757 miles. There it is. That's the new number. That is humanity's new farthest point from planet Earth. Now, looking at this chart, the difference might not seem that huge, but believe me, in the context of deep space travel, this is a major leap. After 5 decades of that record standing still, the bar has finally been raised, and it shows a renewed ambition to push forward.
And they didn't just barely scrape by, either. They flew past the old record by more than 4,000 miles. That is a significant jump, a deliberate move to go farther and really show off what this new Orion spacecraft is capable of.
And what's really classy is that even in their big moment, the crew took time to look back and pay tribute to the people who paved the way. They made it clear they were building on the legacy of the Apollo astronauts. You know, standing on the shoulders of giants to reach just a little bit higher.
So breaking a record is great, but what does it really mean? Why should we care? Well, this achievement isn't really just about a number. It's about what that number unlocks for the future of space travel.
And I love this. The crew themselves basically threw down a challenge. They said they hope future explorers break their record and do it soon. This isn't meant to be an endpoint. It's the starting pistol for the next great race in human exploration.
When you get right down to it, Artemis II is this hugely powerful, symbolic moment. It's a signal to the world that we are serious about getting beyond the relative comfort of low Earth orbit and truly venturing back out into deep space. And this mission is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. The Artemis program has a really clear step-by-step roadmap. First, you pave the way with test flights like this one. Next, you return humans to the surface of the moon. And the ultimate goal, the big one, you use the moon as a launch pad for the first crewed missions to Mars.
So, as we celebrate this incredible new milestone, the crew's own words are still ringing in my ears. This record was made to be broken. After more than 50 years, the line in the sand has been moved. So the question is no longer if we'll go farther. The question is, how soon? And what new frontier will we reach for next?